Holy cow. This could be one of my more controversial outtakes or one of my more controversial videos. But listen, I get it. I fully get it. Dogs are how you raise your dogs. Dogs are how you treat your dogs. So I get it. Any dog can become vicious if you train them that way. But sometimes dogs can just all of a sudden get a hair up their ass and become vicious for no reason whatsoever. So yes, this does happen. Now I get that. I fully get that. Now I'm more of a cat person, but I do love dogs. I love all animals in particular. And I'm only saying I'm a cat person because I don't want to make Pretty Girl mad on my video. So I'm going to say, for the purpose of this video, that I'm a cat person. And so I get it. I get that. But there's one thing I don't understand about ottumwa. And this has bothered me for quite a while. And I've noticed this for quite, I don't know, probably a couple years, maybe even 3 years. I've noticed this, and it's sort of bothering me to absolutely no ends. That, what was it? Was it about 2003, Just a Cow? I think so. 2002, 2003. When here in Ottumwa, a woman left her toddler alone with a pit bulldog, and the pit bulldog became really over aggressive and ended up killing the little girl. So they decided to do the ban on pit bulldogs, which seemed to be working. It seemed to be working with them being a ban on the city limits. So you can have a pit bull outside the city limits, not inside the city limits. So, you can have a pit bulldog, and you're not supposed to have any. And people go, well, this is a bad reputation on the pit bulldogs. But pit bulldogs, I'm going to call them for pits for the remainder of this video. The pits can be overly aggressive. They really can be. So I fully get why there is a ban on pits. I really do get that, because I really wouldn't want, there's several breeds of dogs that I really wouldn't want, and pits is one of those. These dogs can become very huge, very fast. I wouldn't want a pit bulldog at any point or any time. And so I get the ban on pits. But here's the caveat. Here's the caveat with this. Is over time, people find ways around laws and rules and regulations. They find ways around it. There's always a little loophole in stuff that people tend to get around rules and regulations. So people have always done that, and they always find ways to tweak the law or to get around the law, regulations, or rules. And trust me, people early on, they figure this out. Well, okay, if I can't have pets, how can I get around it where I can have my pet? And that's a thing that people pretty much figured out early on of how to get a pet. But I don't understand. Why not get a different dog? Why not get a different dog that's legal in the city limits? I don't get that part. But people found a way around it. They'll go, okay, I really want a pit. I want a pit dog. And so the only way that I can have a pit dog in the city limits, within the coordinates of the city laws, is by making them a service animal. This is becoming a serious issue, and they won't address this. They won't address this at all. The city council members, the police, the animal control, it's becoming a serious issue that they will not talk about, because there's a lot of people in the big towers they have, like Westgate and South Oak and Camelot. They're having pit bulldogs in the building, and there's nothing that the city can do about it. Not a thing. They can't put the dogs down because of them being service animals. And it's just not the towers. People all across the Ottumwa are doing this because they're getting pits and they're making them a service animal. This is a serious issue. It's a serious issue that nobody is talking about when it's supposed to be outlawed. It's supposed to be against regulations to have a pit. But people are making them service animals to get around that. They go, well, they obviously go through, the training for a service animal, so it's okay to do that. But are they really? Are they really training the animals and to make them a service animal? Because you can just go to a doctor and make a dog a service animal, and it's not really hard to do. Almost anybody can do it, especially if you have like a condition like I do. I have seizures, so I could get a dog and make them a service animal. So anybody has any type of condition, they can do this. But this is becoming a serious problem, especially in these towers with older people, with them having pit dogs in the buildings. It's becoming a serious issue because for the simple fact, pits can easily get to 200 pounds. Easily, with no questions about it. And it's hard for people to, when they're when they have them on a collar or a leash, it's hard because pits are one of those dogs that can overpower the strongest of humans. What happens if a pit does this and mauls another person? Will the city put the dog down because they are a service animal? I wish they would do something about this, because it's getting really, really out of hand because of this. And I wish something could be done. Something that could be done, because it's getting out of hand. It's really getting out of hand, and you're starting to see more and more pits around the Ottumwa because they're getting around this law by saying, well, I've taken my dog to become a service animal, and the Ottumwa Police Department, the animal control, what have you, can't do shit. They can't do shit about this. It is a serious issue, and I know it won't happen, I wish the officials, the politicians in this town would do something about this ongoing problem that is happening. It is a serious issue that needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed as quickly as possible before more people, I know, no known accounts have happened, but it's a matter of time before it happens, because pits are, by their temperament, are overly aggressive dogs. Me and Mom are saying that's all for now.
That's all for now.